Still in the first year of the Empire, only months after Order 66, Darth Vader was summoned to appear before his master, Emperor Palpatine. Palpatine had a mission for his apprentice, to find and rescue an officer who'd recently gone missing. But this was no mere officer. Yes, it was a high-ranking admiral within the Imperial Navy, but more importantly, he was Admiral Garoche Tarkin, the son of the future Grand Moff Tarkin. As then Moff Tarkin explained, his son's Star Destroyer entered the Atoan system, also known as the Ghost Nebula, weeks earlier to hunt insurgents and bring the system to heel. However, both his son and the Star Destroyer had vanished with no sign of them since. Thus, Palpatine told Vader to immediately take 2 battalions of the 501st Legion to the Atoan system with the Imperial Captain Shale to bring Tarkin's son home. In this video expose, I will explain Vader's attempt to rescue Garoche Tarkin, and describe why this mission would evolve into one that would see Palpatine and Vader plot to kill the Imperial Admiral to benefit their future plans for his father. Having traveled to the Atoan system, and recognizing that the insurgency was much larger than they initially thought, Vader prepared for war. Taking his 501st Legion and Captain Shale, Vader successfully assaulted an insurgent outpost, taking their leaders prisoner for interrogation. When they refused to give up the location of Garoche, Vader ordered that they be executed. But before the order could be carried out, Vader was approached by a woman named Lady Sorrow, the High Priestess of Atoa, who promised the Sith Lord that she would help find whatever he wanted. Of course, there was a catch. She would help find Garoche Tarkin only if Vader declared her to be the Queen of the Ghost Nebula. Vader accepted her terms so long as she declared her loyalty to the Emperor, and Lady Sorrow brought Vader to Garoche's Star Destroyer. Finding the capital ship to be heavily damaged, Vader and his strike team were then ambushed by insurgents. But once again, they would be beaten back, and Vader would take one of the pilots alive for interrogation. With the information of the pilot, coupled with that of Lady Sorrow, Vader believed it would only be a matter of time before he located the lost Imperial Admiral, and thus went to report his progress to Palpatine. However, after Palpatine informed Vader that time was of the essence, not because he was interested in Garoche, but because he didn't want Moff Tarkin distracted, Vader approached his master with a new objective. Instead of rescuing Garoche, Vader would make it seem as though he was murdered by the insurgents, thereby pushing Moff Tarkin further into his loyalty to the Empire. Palpatine agreed, finding the hate that would result would consume him, where Tarkin would stop at nothing to destroy the enemies of the Empire. Therefore, Palpatine ordered Vader to carry out his plan, ensuring Garoche didn't survive the rescue. With that, Vader informed Commander Voka of the 501st to prepare for another assault, pushing forward his secret plan to murder Garoche. After he successfully assaulted his new target, and the 501st strike team fought their way to the holding cells of the insurgents' floating city, Vader was certain he found the missing admiral. However, Vader was informed that Garoche had been taken away a week earlier, and after interrogating a hostage, learned that the entire city had already pledged its fealty to the Empire at Garoche's request. As things were adding up, it appeared that Moff Tarkin's son had become a traitor, and before Vader could get to the bottom of it, he was ambushed by storm commandos, sent not by Garoche, but by the Admiral's longtime friend Captain Shale. Vader would easily cut down every last trooper, confirming his suspicions that Shale and Garoche were traitors to the Empire. However, Vader also found that like Captain Shale, Lady Sorrow too had fled the Star Destroyer. Recognizing that the capital ship had been sabotaged, Vader and the 501st headed for an attack shuttle to flee the Star Destroyer, eventually crash landing on a nearby planet. Looking to pursue Shale, Vader gathered what little 501st members survived and prepared for yet another assault on the traitors. But before they could begin their search, Vader and the 501st were ambushed by insurgents led by Captain Shale and Lady Sorrow. As Vader was relentlessly attacked with flamethrowers, Shale ordered his men to fire upon the 501st. Only Vader would be left alive, and having been badly injured by the attack, the High Priestess approached and stunned the Sith Lord. Ultimately, Vader would be awakened, finding he was the prisoner of none other than Admiral Garoche Tarkin, who welcomed Vader to the Ghost Nebula. The Admiral then revealed his true intentions. Having fallen in love with Lady Sorrow, they hoped to have Vader join their cause, wherein they would rule the Ghost Nebula outside of the influence of the Empire. Leaving Vader to consider the offer, the Sith Lord was then approached not by Lady Sorrow, but by a vision of Padme. The vision would drive Vader into a mad rage, allowing him to break free of his restraints, desperate to again speak to his wife. First coming into contact with Captain Shale, Vader succeeded in killing the trooper-turned-traitor after Shale unsuccessfully tried to kill both of them by setting off thermal detonators attached to himself. Barely escaping the blast radius, Vader then continued his pursuit of Padme. Only this time, it would be Lady Sorrow and Garoche who would find Vader, appearing behind the Sith Lord after he was again distracted by a vision of Padme. Lady Sorrow then revealed that she was responsible for Vader's visions, as it was one of the gifts the High Priestess had. She believed that she could reason with Vader, whereby he allowed her and Garoche to escape to make things right between himself and the regrets he had regarding Padme. Letting them escape would help to repair Vader. While Lady Sorrow did momentarily have hope that Vader would show them clemency, it would become clear that she overestimated the light that remained within the Sith Lord. As she and Garoche embraced each other for the final time, Vader used the Force to pull down the walls and ceiling surrounding them. In the end, all three of them would accept the darkness that surrounded them. But Vader wouldn't meet his demise within the Atoan system. As Vader would reveal, despite having been buried alive for days, the dark side provided him all he needed to survive. Palpatine was pleased with the work of his apprentice. The traitors Captain Shale and Admiral Garoche Tarkin had been destroyed, and the Atoan system belonged to the Empire. And most importantly, Moff Tarkin believed his son was murdered by the Atoan insurgents, leaving Tarkin consumed by hatred and crafting him into a vicious and resolute servant of the Empire. So there we have it, why Palpatine and Vader conspired to kill Grand Moff Tarkin's son. We love making these videos, so why not subscribe for more fun Star Wars theories and discussions? Also, if you enjoyed the video, think about giving a like or leaving a comment. Or perhaps follow us on Twitter, @SWReadingClub, for updates regarding the channel. Or support the channel through Patreon, for access to exclusive rewards and discussions. If not for me... for really bad ideas.